Okay, so again, my name is Trevor Fall, and I've been talking about how do we uh, find a topic, brainstorm about a topic, or our teacher gives us a topic and think of different ideas. Now we're going to look specifically at the topic sentence. Now you can see here that I have three examples. What I find for many students is they write something that's too general. Okay, teens should have cell phones. Well, that's good. I know you're going to talk about teenagers. I know you're going to say that they should have. So it's positive or a yes, they should have a cell phone. But I don't know what else that you're telling me. And when you're writing, you want to be specific, especially with academic writing. You want to be specific and detailed. So teens should have cell phones. Well, that tells me the topic, but I'm still not sure what are you going to write about in the next few sentences. So I look at example 2. Teenagers should have cell phones for 2 reasons. This is the minimum you should have when you're writing a topic sentence, because right away you're telling the reader, usually your teacher or your classmates or others, you give them the idea, teens having a cell phone, but you're also identifying what parts are you going to put into that paragraph. So at minimum, you should always say for 2 reasons, for 3 reasons. You can say for 1 reason, but that's not as common. Typically, you want to write a paragraph that is 6 to 8 or 10 sentences. And so you would have your topic sentence, reason number 1, specific details. That would be 4 or 5 sentences. Reason number 2, specific details, and then a concluding sentence. So that generally helps you. And that's where some students struggle. They're like, well, Mr. Trevor, I can only write 3 sentences for. But if I have some sections and parts as a template that I'm just filling in, that allows you and encourages you to write the 6, 7, 8 sentences that could be in a great paragraph. Anyway, so teenagers should have a cell phone for 2 reasons. Now, if you look at example 3, I rarely see students write like this without a lot of practice, but this is your ideal or best topic sentence. And the reason is, as soon as a teacher glances at this, they know exactly what you're talking about, and they know the different sections that you'll be identifying. So I believe that teenagers should get their first cell phones at age 12 for 2 reasons. And I'm giving the reasons: to have contact with their friends, have contact with their parents, and to chat with their friends. So this is still general enough that I don't know the specific details, but it's specific enough that I know that there's going to be contact with parents and then 1 or 2 examples, and then chatting with their friends and 1 or 2 examples. And if I go back to the examples that I shared in the previous slides, so contact with parents, my son's activity after school, so I can keep up to date, and also in case of an emergency, chatting with friends, social interaction with, using Facebook or WhatsApp or WeChat, some of these, Snapchat, Instagram, etc. Okay, so once I have the topic sentence and I've clarified and shown what it is, then I want to start writing, because now it's easier. I have my topic, main idea. So teenagers should have first cell phones, contact with friends, specific examples, contact with parents, specific examples, chat with their friends, specific examples. Now I just fill it in. So let me share the screen and show you some samples of student paragraphs from past times. And this was actually, I think this was like 2015 or so. So A, I've been teaching this for a long time, but B, you can see that the examples in the writing doesn't change much. So you can see here, this student wrote what I said was better. Well, they're good. I think teenagers should have cell phones, but I'm not sure what are they going to talk about, So I think teenagers have cell phones for 2 reasons. So they talk about an emergency. For example, they were lost at the mall. And then second reason, I can use it for browsing. There's a project from school, so use my cell phone to browse the internet. Okay. A second example, I think teenagers, should have cell phones to call him or her family. And then they give an example. Okay, this is fine, but it's only 1 reason or 1 idea. But they actually gave 2 reasons. So teenagers should have cell phones for 2 reasons: to call their family and when they're bored. And then I would move into reason 1, calling family with an example. Reason 2, being bored, and then playing games. Okay. Here we can see an example of a better topic sentence. I believe teenagers should get their first cell phone at age 10 to 12 for 3 reasons: to get information, to refreshing, and to chat with their friend. Okay, so there's some grammar issues. I'm not focused on that right now, but this is excellent because now I know they'll talk about getting information, giving an example. They'll talk about refreshing or relaxing, I think they mean. They'll give an example, and then they'll talk about chatting with their friends and give an example. Okay, let's just look at 1 more or 2 more here. Okay. For me, teenagers should get their first cell phone at age 12 for some reasons. First, to contact with their parents, and to chat and communicate with their friends. Basically, they copied my example. That's okay. In this case, for me is a bit informal. Better to say in my opinion or I believe. 2 reasons, not for some reasons. Again, just be specific. And then first reason, and then they can add the transition signal second to chat and communicate with friends. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at these sentences, I'm just looking at how clear are they and how academic or how professional do they look. The more complete that you make your topic sentence, the more professional it looks, and hence therefore the teacher, it's easier for the teacher to give you a higher score. So I'll stop there for this section, but that gives you a bit of information and background on starting to write, brainstorming ideas, and then having your topic sentences.